do you actually just fully go in and think you're not going to have problems with tanks right here? Apparently, that is going to be the answer. The 0 real AP damage composition right here out of IG. Very much a composition that's going to be focused on getting themselves to that 2, maybe 3 item point and then popping off in these team fights. A lot of poke available to them as well. The composition, it's really going to start with a little bit of poke going on. Both junglers going to run into each other. Shy and Flanger already doing a lot of damage to each other as well. We've got a fight on multiple fronts here.
Tarzan ramped up on the Conqueror stacks, and because Shanks is a range champion level 1, just using that priority to try and force JJ off of these Raptors here. One more Q, the smite goes over to Tarzan, but is not level 2 yet, but Flandra was putting the beat down on the Shy as Tarzan forces the flash out of JJ.
Rookie spend that gold, it's going to be a lot easier to play out, but Rookie getting that early kill, exactly what you want on a Yone. This is the issue.
The Shy took electrocute in this matchup. Oh, just one more range auto attack. There it is, and just escapes.
Getting as many of these grubs as possible early on is going to leave these towers incredibly vulnerable to just getting chunked down immediately. Mako takes big damage, isn't going to die here, but still going to have to go back to base. Oh,
the Chain of Corruption is dinged by level 6. Here comes Tarzan trying to anticipate the flash by Mako. Just goes in with a Q flash of his own. Lilting Lullaby gives a dosage of NyQuil to both Gala and Mako. Been a scrappy one between Anyone's Legend and IG. And while we had some criticisms about the draft choices, hang on. More action in the mid lane. Flandra could be in trouble. Public Execution doesn't give him the range that he really wanted to use to escape. But meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, KL converted from KL, but wait a minute, Rookie's able to snap back with the solo unbound, but that might have been ill-timed because Shanks now has an opportunity to hop, skip, jump, and Kuma stomp all over Rookie.
Oh no!
Pushed him away!
Shanks, no!
He pushed him away! Hope is able to pick it up and give him a reset, but it's not enough for Shanks to escape. The rest of IG being able to collapse his wallet.
Yeah, actually dealing a decent amount of damage back as well, dissuading any extra plays from going down, but still, there's going to be a lot of pressure right here onto the turret. And actually, KL goes flying in. He might just get the solo here. What?
KL is on a mission to get as many kills for his squad as possible. And if he's going to be the sole benefactor of them, so be it. That is another one on the board for AL and the tier 1 turret going over their way.
What did we say? You won't have as much gold on this Poppy as you would in a lane, so you're not going to be such a tank. It's not going to be such an issue that there's no AP damage available for IG. Well, if you
between KL and Tarzan, who have now IG's core pinned under this tier 1 turret on the bottom side of the map. Mako forced to pop the ultimate just to get the damage reduction to ignore all the damage that was coming from Shanks, but the rest of Anyone's Legend still pushing forward. Public Execution right onto the board. Rider Mako falls. That's ground beef on the menu, boys. It's gonna be pork on the menu too. The Shy falls as well.
And this has just been a complete swing of the game right here for AL. They were in a good spot before. Now they've been able to crack open this gold lead up by about 3,000, picking up a Drake as well. Everything coming up AL at the moment. And it's off the back of some just lovely proactive plays out of KL and Hope using their ult. Picture in picture. Flandra.
Good keeper's version by KL. Punted Mako, it looks like. And Flandra's able to escape thanks to his support, and KO's out of there with his own flash. Tarzan now in the middle of multiple members. He doesn't have a flash available. Oh, he used it towards the south side. Hope has to keep him alive, but Shanks is able to find the reset first on the swordsman, and now it's just a disaster. You called it, Bloxer. IG thought that they might have sprung a trap, but it's Anyone's Legend that pull out the count. You know, watch his favorite team, his favorite player, the Shy, try and pull out a miracle win, and just see him do disastrous things and just crash out and throw his chair aside. This might be another moment. I don't know if Casual's watching, but I hope, as you called it, Otacon now spawned on the map. KL might have found himself a couple IG members for an easy picking. Anyone's Legend is easily going to just trot on over. They're not even engaging at this point. They're just walking up and getting free kills.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I don't expect you to start the Atakan immediately, if you just catch the opposition jungler out wandering around in a place he has no business to be, then that's going to make it pretty easy to pick up. This is going to be a nice extra secure right here for AL. Just a little bit more.
The Shy is up, baby. That's the Shy experience right there. The team might be losing, but at least the Shy is up in gold. We're going to see if he can actually make that feel impactful, since he did go for the higher damage build with a lot of more lethality items in his pockets. IG have leeched the dragon. Anyone's Legend trying to take a posture around the other side of the pit. But now they're just going to brute force their way into the river. The Shy pokes for an accelerated shock blast, and if that's all the damage, then I don't feel hopeful about IG's chances. Rookie goes for the engage. 1500. Jeje is able to secure the dragon, but at what cost? Public execution sets up another one to fall, and the rest of IG are just like dominoes as Shanks comes in and doesn't just tip them over. No, he blasts them down with a firing gunshot, and Gala is going to try to see if he can play a little sneaky game, but he sees a window. He's going to run for the hills, and thankfully for him, that Swirling Seed does not tag him for the slow.
Gonna be the only surviving member, but there was already a mid-wave pushing through for AL right here. They're also going to be able to jump Gala. I think he's going to get sandwiched right here. Hope potentially looking to go...
Hope is flanking him!
Yep, there it is.
Okay. You know what? He was trying to predict a shift there with that arrow.
Hey.
I know what you were looking for, Hope. You know, you're looking for a little style points. So yeah, yep. It's all good. You guys are still 8,000 gold, but you know what? Desperate times call for desperate measures. Rookie is teleported in. He's going to look for a free picking on Tavares, maybe, but a flash of the blast cone. Does he get enough damage? Yes, he does. There's the Soul Unbound pop. Shanks now having to deal with the 1v2 on the Shy and Jeje. He stuns him up with the permafrost, but now the Shy is forced to run away, and he gets a flash, and he's able to escape. But now it's the Boar Rider who is left to die for anyone's...
Do allow this game to stall out long enough for IG to be able to get those item breakpoints. That is a real risk. They are in such control of this game that they should not allow for this to happen. You can see right here, they're just stepping up, taking space. The tier 2 tower does fall. Mako gonna go down as well, surely with the burn. Ooh, maybe just lives. Okay. It's not
thankfully, he's got a pretty powerful ultimate.
Wait, they get a kill.
Wait, KL died.
Hang on.
IG. And once again, we arrived to the same concerns we had for Anyone's Legends composition when this was first drafted, is that you don't have a real front line. Most of these champions are carries. Some of them are going to be, you know, healthier than others in terms of, you know, HP pool and durability. This Ambessa is going to probably get a death stance at some point. There's a Zhonya's on Tarzan. But if this Yone finds both Shanks and Hope, get a guaranteed numbers advantage off the pick, and then secure the objective. But they're ripping it right now, and the rest of IG, they know. But KL with the perfect Keeper's Verdict is able to punt away the Jeje, and that's the Baron gone. KL completely chunked out of the fight.
Sandra stepped just a little bit too far forwards, managed to get spotted out. Otherwise, he could well have found that public execution. Now it's just going to be the pressure right here onto the towers. Are IG going to try go in? Yes, they are.
Glacial Prison right onto the front. KL, Keeper's Verdict stuns the ball up, and Tarzan with the Q flash forward. That's a mega lilting lullaby if I've ever seen one, and the rest of Anyone's Legend is ready to jump in on the slumber party. And the rest of them are going to just take the tier 2 tower. Rest of IG now down to Rookie and Gala. But I don't know if they're going to be strong enough to hold this defense against Anyone's Legend. There's a lot of chunked health bars. Gala and Rookie would have to perform a miracle. There's still a fate sealed.
Yeah.
All eyes on Rookie to find a miracle engage, to set himself up, to set up Gala. Mako is back.
You gotta go. You can't just wait.
Gotta go for it. Q flash. There's the fate shield, but they flash it. The Q3 only finds one, and Gala throws out one last true shot barrage for the game, as he's not gonna get a chance to play Ezreal again this series. Has a silence kind of on demand like it has, but it is so oppressive in the right situations. I don't know the last time that Shy played Shogath, but I'll definitely be looking that up, as they round out their composition with a Nautilus support and Anyone's Legend. A little surprised to see that they didn't go for the Rel themselves, but there's not many champions on IG's side that takes or makes use of a lot of these grubs. Like, I guess, you know, Cho'Gath can split push, but like, you know, it's not a Jace, it's not a Jax, it's not someone that's building
Scion.
Yeah,
it's not a Scion very specifically, right? Giving over a ton. Very bad. Hang on, they might be going for a dive right here, RAO.
Killer Instinct already used. Mako is getting dove by the whole squad, but good use of the knockup by the Shy. Unfortunately, just not good enough. And now that Shanks has arrived to the party, they're letting the turret reset so they can start tanking up the turret aggro. Shanks drops it. Hope has got to drop it soon, and it's just clean from Anyone's
backside of the map. Whilst that dive was happening bot lane, you can see all of the turret plates still available.
TP
coming
from
in.
Flandra. Gala might be exposed here. Killer's Instinct early from Hope puts the pressure down, and now it comes down to Gala. When are we going to use flash? I guess. Maybe it was just too late at that point. Second rotation. Only one item spike has been achieved for IG. It is the Rod of Ages. And to their credit, they were the first ones in the river. They secure 4 total for themselves, but here comes the Weaver's Wall. Does anyone get caught up in it?
Hang on.
Shanks is
Shanks,
in the
no.
front line. Oh, God. Turn off the camera. We had a little too much fun with anyone's legend, but Kale is flashing forward, trying to make the engage happen. Hope has to dive forward into a bullet time, but he flashes to the left, able to dodge the damage. Gala getting his rocked all the way forward, but Hope, can he put on a 1v2 performance? I don't think it's gonna happen, and yes, he gets silenced and shut down. IG making a big punish.
And they're going to be able to pick themselves up. There was already damage coming in. A couple of big auto attacks that would have landed anyway at the point at which he flashes. He needs to recognize instantaneously, uh-oh, I've messed up. Let's reposition. And instead, because he doesn't do that, he ends up baiting good amount of push that Shanks has just been able to get for himself top lane. But you've got more members down in the bottom side with all of those grubs as well. The tower is just going to fall way quicker. IG going to be able to pick themselves up that first brick. And Shanks, he'll be able to grab this one just about, maybe. Need to run a little bit here. The Shy not going to hit the knock-up, all good for Shanks. And so after
the pit, so they know that the Rift Herald has started up, but Tarzan is nowhere near. He is now just running over, but I think this is just a Rift Herald completely gone to IG, because you have Cho'Gath, who can feast on the objective and guarantee it for you.
This is why I was a little bit confused as to why Tarzan had headed down. Now they're going to look for the re-engage, though. They're going on to the Shy.
I mean, IG is kind of split at the moment. The Shy, oh no, the blast code is so bad for him. He's now in a world of hurt, but he's super tanky. Jet tries to bail him out. KL, the bullet time! The wall. It's such a great angle from Gall, and now anyone's legend. They're on the back foot. They got to stand in front of Flandra or hope that he can soak all the damage coming through. That charge already used. Got a decent amount of work done on the Shanks in the back line. Dragon, you secured your rite of passage into this jungle quadrant. No one from IG should be able to contest, and that at least guarantees soul point for anyone's legend.
That is going to be the very important...
No, but my body wants to kill this Nautilus. We're going to see if we'll get a chance to do it topside now that Mako has no flash. And you know what? Hope immediately sees the angle. Killer Instinct right onto the top. But the bullet time is forcing them out of the choke. KL cannot escape the death cone. Flandra teleports in. So does the Shy. And just like that.
It's just these dragons that feel like they are keeping them in this game.
Shy almost has 4k HP. Flandra has yet to reach 3,000 HP.
He's a big boy.
He might not be big enough, though. They put all the damage onto him. Jet taking up the left turret shot. It's enough to take him out. And now the shot's coming from the rest of IG's front line. Oh, boy. Maybe not the best engage onto anyone's Legends Tower there. And now 4v3.
Correction. The Drakes and IG's mistakes are the things keeping AL in this game right there, because that was way too aggressive from IG. They did not have the opportunity to step up in that way. It's actually opened AL up to potentially step right here towards this Atakan. If they're able to grab this one, it'd be a great swing
back. Rest of anyone's legend now trying to force the backline out of the Dragon's Pit. Rookie losing his flash in the exchange. However, Flandra was not able to escape the claws of IG on the other side. Anyone's legend trying to burn down this dragon as fast as possible. Still 3,000 HP left to go. KO throws his life, buys some time. It is secured. It's Mountain Soul, but now they're down a lot of numbers here on anyone's legend. If they can preserve as many members as possible, they will not pay the consequences, but the rest of IG do not want to let any stragglers go. They want to punish as hard as possible. The death charge looking for Shanks. Tarzan already falling, and the bullet time is going to get a lot of damage into Hope's back. Shanks could be next, but he's got that Seraph shield.
And he needs to for his team. AL, they haven't been able to really set up any deep vision once again around this fight. IG not going to be the same for them. Here they go.
Mako with a soft engage onto Tarzan. Now looking at Kale, Hope jumps into the Baron Pit with a Killer Instinct, trying to burst out Jet, eliminating at least one of the smites away from IG, and maybe this was just not a good fight. The flash from Tarzan to secure the win becomes lightning over the wall. Bullet time from Gala. Maybe it turns the fight, but it's just not enough damage to deal with the enormous front line that anyone's legend is packing, and here comes Flandra with the flash onto the Misfortune. The seismic shove from Shanks finds the Guns woman, and anyone's legend aces IG across the rift. No contest success whatsoever. Anyone's Legend is taking this game in the bag.
Clean ace right here for AL. They do not want to go to a game number 3. They want this to be a clean 2-0 straight onto the Baron.
Anyone's Legend have been able to rally at the moment needed most. And now the Elder Dragon has spawned. Hang on, wait a minute. There's still a chance for IG. If they get a numbers advantage guaranteed right here, the Elder Dragon is going to be really scary for Anyone's Legend now. 4v5, they have to push the gas. And the rest of Anyone's Legend, they have to make sure that they do not suffer any more casualties unnecessarily. The Shy taking up a bit of damage in the river here. Rupture finds Hope onto the backline. Still has a flash. He's totally okay. Rookie ready to set up the death lasers from Fog. Looks for one in a Tarzan. Decent chunk. Bullet time. Snaps it back. I don't know how that happened, but Tarzan is eating a lot of damage for breakfast. The Crescent Guard finally ends, and now the jungler's gone home. Tries to send it. He looks for a couple kills. Can he find one more in the Chenja? Hope is cooking. Hope is firing. Hope is saving the game for Anyone's Legend. And now it's up to Shanks against 2 people. But Jeja, still a jungler, still has Smite. Shanks, I don't know if he could pull a rabbit out of the hat on this one. It would be a miracle if he could deflect this. But KL has respawned on the Rift. Maybe this could be Anyone's Legend saving the game. Shanks just hasn't got enough damage to threaten Jeje, but it's already 3,000 HP. KL's getting enraged. Set up the combo, the crash down, the seismic shove right into the heart of Rel. But the Elder Dragon is secure, but it's only on the Jeje. Can he find enough damage?
Can they get him?
I don't think he can! KL and Shanks will save the game for Anyone's Legend.
Oh, it's Kale and Shanks that save it in the end. Start it up at the moment. They also need to be careful to not have it stolen away. The Shy does have his ultimate up and available. Oh, there they go.
Where'd they come from? Jeje immediately forced to run away with the flash. Anyone's Legend, they can take it slow unless they get a free pick on the Shy. Already isolated. Flandre ready to give his life. Bullet time. Tries to rip through them in the choke point, but the Shy still falls. He's become a fossil. And it could be that IG just do not have enough of a front line to stall for the rest of Anyone's Legend's reinforcements. The Weaver's Wall is going to leave little ground for IG to run through. Mako's the next one to fall. There's an Elder Dragon spawning in 30 seconds, but IG cannot wait to let that objective stall because Anyone's Legend is going to take this opportunity to burn the Baron now.
Yeah, you've got to go pick this up incredibly quickly, otherwise you're going to be giving over an Elder Drake to IG, something they cannot afford to do right now. They're going to be able to take this one down more than quickly. They haven't even been able to crack a tower for it. They're just going to go straight for this objective. Miko,
tries to flash forward. He's looking for someone else on the front line, but Shanks was not followed up by the rest of IG. Jed just sends it on the KL. A GA is popped. Flandre is taking up as much as he can, and he's doing a hell of a job. The bullet time achieves nothing. Literally nothing. Just a few scratches in the dead of Anyone's Legend's armor. The Weaver's Wall cuts off IG where they stand, and that's it. IG trying to hold the line as best as they can, but when you have shining hope in the name of the bot lane for Anyone's Legend, then anything is possible!
Everybody right there from AL steps up. It was a terrible early to mid game for them, but they stall this game out long enough. The Drakes are in their favor, and it takes them late enough into this game that the composition comes online, and it takes some miracle plays from multiple members. It takes